Hey there, I thought I'd, show you guys what my lag looks like for every single character in Marvel Rivals. So I don't know, I just wanted to show you guys because it's a little absurd to me how some things work and some things don't. As you can see, this slow-ass gun projectile that Bruce Banner has perfectly works for me for whatever reason. It's slow and yet effective, but the L2 does not work. Most projectiles that do that are like that. Now Hulk, as you'll see with most melee characters, don't work. Anyways, here's a bit of a lag spike. I still don't know what caused that. It scares me sometimes. But here you go. Here's a punch. As you can see, didn't hit. I'll even follow it up a little bit. Nothing works. It's weird. But the thunderclap also doesn't work. I still don't know why. But the little ensnarement move works. I don't get it. Doctor Strange works. That's why you've seen so many montages of me doing it. But I also kind of wanted to test out his R1 because I wanted to see just its range. And it seems like it doesn't matter where they are. If I hit it, I hit it. The whip, obviously, melee attack doesn't work. Now we got Captain America. Melee character, we don't need to show you that. But the L1 doesn't work, and neither does the square. And this is where we get to a point where we talk about the fact that I need to lead some of my character shots. Like some of these characters that don't work, I have to kind of lead or shoot ahead. So right there, it could have hit. I don't know if it was just a wall. But as you can see, even with leading, the square doesn't work. So I don't know why that is. Groot, despite being somewhat inconsistent, is consistent. I don't know, man. I think it's just because I need to be somewhere where I can reasonably hit something for it to hit. Like Venom here, Venom works. That's just kind of how that is. The AoE dive attack works. It actually doesn't. It's just that fact that I just caught him at a bad time. Magneto just works. I just want to talk about Venom saying, like, all these abilities kind of work. It's just the fact that they have AoE. Thor is a melee character, but the L1 works, surprisingly. And then this power move also seems to work. Now, let's talk about something. Did you see something there for a second? Let me just play it back for a second. I shot ahead of him, then hit him directly. And then I got 2 hit markers. Now we get into the complexity of the situation. See, I have 4 categories for each different attack that I've seen so far. You've got category 1, where no matter what I do, if I hit someone on my screen, it hits on their screen. No questions asked. Second is if I have to follow my attacks, such as Captain America, or any sort of situation where I have to aim ahead of them. And then third is I can either aim ahead of them or hit them directly for the attack to work. And then there's a fourth option, which if you followed the pattern recently, means this one's the complete opposite, where no matter what I do, no matter what I say, it doesn't hit. Even if I shoot them while they're, moving back and forward, it still barely hits for some reason. Now we got Penny. Penny works, as you saw from the video. Now, of course the web works. I just kind of miss it here. But this is also one of those things where if I shoot ahead, it'll still hit. It's just I didn't do it here. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Even though I tell you not to all the time. Punisher's hit scan. Pretty simple as that. The L2 does seem to work, or it could just be a big AoE that it doesn't seem to matter. It's weird like that. Now the real problem here is the turret. See, no matter where I shoot, it doesn't seem to matter. So, I don't know what's up with that. Like, I'm shooting at them, I'm shooting ahead of them. So this is the secret 4th hit type, or bullet type, where I'm just not allowed to play. And the only reason I hit someone there was because of the fact that the bullets are explosive. Now we got Storm. Storm is one of those ones where I have to lead my shots. For some reason, I don't know why. Like, some of these people work. Like, how did Bruce Banner work? But that R1 that was seemingly hit scan didn't work. Hawkeye, I kind of like messing around with Hawkeye, but as you can see here, Hawkeye works. And then even when I lead my shot, he's the 3rd type. I thought that was pretty cool. And, his sword seems to work from no matter the distance. I don't know if that's just the thing. But the L2, or L1 I mean, doesn't work. As in I have to lead my shots. Hell is hit scan. I feel like that's going to be a bit. But the L2 also works. It's just that I miss a lot. But I hit it. Now of course the R1, as I said, like most projectiles, doesn't really work. So, Black Panther, melee character. As you know, they're so fun for me. And then, you know, the L2 seems to work, but I think it's only because of that explosion at the end. Not because of any actual, like, oh, it registers my thing. It's not the first type. It's actually just because it explodes. Now, of course, the melee moves don't work. The only reason I got a kill, though, is because he walked right onto me as I did that. Magic, she has a wide range, so pretty generous with that. But as you'll see in a second here, even though she has such a big range, it does have its limits. So it is still technically the second type. This is the first type, you know, the L2, so I can just hit it no matter what. The R1 is also the first type, still being able to launch them up and do damage. It just doesn't launch them up in front of me, so I can't really follow up if they're moving. And the L1, as you saw, that was the second type. Moon Knight is full on the second type. I still don't know why. Like, what is the difference between some of these characters and these other characters? And it seems the only way I can, the only way it's like the first type is using the Ankh. Squirrel Girl is the second type. I'm just used to it at this point. Like, at least her ability is kind of like a projectile. Like, I just don't know. But the L2 works, despite it also being a projectile, so like, what? She's hit scan, also melee. You don't really need to see the melee, it doesn't matter. But, oddly enough, the kick, even when it's technically out of my range, at the end of it, I can still hit the follow-up. As you see, the bot didn't take any damage until I followed up with that attack. Iron Man, the R2 works. Now you're probably thinking I can hit the R1 because it's presumably hit scan, right? Well, don't you feel stupid? Nope, this is the second type of attack. As you can see there, that's just like to show you how trippy it looks. And the missiles are exactly the same. They don't hit that bot there, but they hit the bot all the way over there somehow. Now, Spider-Man, his L2 works, despite it being the same as every other projectile I've shot at this game, so I don't know, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just sincerely don't get it. Now, of course, the square still has its merits, despite having big range. Scarlet Witch, surprisingly enough, is actually the second type where I have to lead my shot. It's just because she has such a wide range. As you can see here, even though it's like he's in my range, he's not, because I still have to follow my shots. I don't know, but the L2 works. That's one thing I like. The L1, projectile. We know how projectiles go. No, we don't. I don't know how this game works. Winter Soldier, I still don't understand it. As you can see, I hit my shot there, but then I hit my shot here, and it works. Blah, 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 blah. And then the L2 works. The L1 works. Hooray. The R1 doesn't work. And here's more evidence that the L1 actually does work. It actually drags them to you. So I don't know. And as you can see, I missed a lot of my shots there, even though I hit. Star-Lord's hit scan. And the L1 does have a big range, but it does have its limits. It's hard to tell from the sound, but as you can see, like, there was a little moment there. Namor, I can just hit. Now, of course, for some reason, some of these bullets don't like to work, but I promise you that L2 is more reliable. Psylocke's L2 also works with her R2, despite, I don't know, being a projectile. But, you know, the L1's a freaking melee attack. We got Wolverine, the melee attacker, over here. Like, do I even need to say anything? I'm just not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let you watch while I talk about some other things. Like, what the hell? Right? So, like, what's the point? What exactly is my lag right now? Like, what can I hit? What can't I hit? It's hard to tell. Iron Fist used to work for me with the homing attack thing, and now he doesn't. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to play him for a while. Also, the L2 doesn't work, or L1 doesn't work. I don't know what it's called anymore. Mr. Fantastic, you wouldn't believe it, he doesn't work. But the other abilities do work. I'm not going to say anything more. It's just that they work. Alright, I just don't know how to use that L2 properly. Loki, you'd think I'd be able to play Loki. No. And then you got Mantis here, who has a similar type of projectile, just faster. Can it hit? Okay. Sure, projectile doesn't work. We know what it, or you know, you have to lead it. It's second type. Rocket, he's the secret fourth type with his R2. The L2 works, but the R2, oh man, oh man. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun, guys? It's so great. It's so great. Even when I lead my shots, even when I shoot at them from behind, it takes ages for the damage to show up. Like, that was slow, even for me. Cloak and Dagger's Cloak and Dagger. The only thing I can't really hit is the L1. Lunas knows hit scan. The L2 works. The only thing that I really can't hit is the R1, which I still don't get. It's hit scan. It's hit scan. Is it not? Anyways, freaking Adam Warlock, his ability works. And then Jeff the Shark, I have no idea what the R2 is like. Like, I don't know if it's second, third, or fourth. I just know sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. But the L2 is first type, so that's pretty cool. Invisible Woman, second type. It's just pretty simple as that. Every one of her abilities is second type. Like, there's no workaround, there's no, like, leeway. I still don't understand why. I don't get it. Why are you doing this to me? What is the point? Like, seriously. Like, I feel like I'm being heavily trolled by a game company. What is happening? I don't understand. I actually lost my... Like, I don't get it. The rest of this video is a bit of a rant, so if you don't want to listen to it, you can leave. Or if not, you can stay and just listen to me. Anyways, I find it weird that I can hit Thor's L1 and Hela's L2, but I can't play Squirrel Girl, Storm, Moon Knight, or Loki, despite them having similar projectile-based attacks. It's just weird to me. Like, I'm not expecting these problems to be solved. I just thought I'd put you guys in my shoes in case your main's on here and you realize, oh my god, he can't play my favorite character. It's just that I find it odd that some of these moves work while others don't, and even some of the same moves don't work half the time, like Bucky's R2. It's just weird to me. But this was kind of just like to show you guys what it's like to play as me, or why I'm not playing certain characters. Like, if you were saying, like, oh, if you're playing like Luna and Cloak and Dagger, why aren't you playing Invisible Girl? This is why. I still don't know why I can't play her, but that's just how it is.